I'm live. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Let me get my settings all going here. Hopefully, my volume's good. And hello, everyone who is here live, waiting to tap, and everyone that's watching this replay. Welcome, welcome. And I'm so happy to have you, Heartshiners, here with me. And I'm so pleased that you are part of the Heartshine family and coming to tap with me today. I see that we've got some people already typing in where they're calling from. Well, where you're zooming from, whatever we call it. Hey from Spokane, Washington, and hey Kim from Texas, fellow Texan. Okay, it's crazy, you all. It's like 105 degrees outside here in Texas, and I'm drinking tea. Hot tea. Go figure. From Oregon, hello, Roma. So nice to see you here today. From Europe, Lithuania, wow, that's far from me. Welcome. So nice to have you, Laura. Yes, it's cool. I'm like a tapping circle fool this week because I just did the EFT Universe community tapping circle last night, and it was on stop apologizing for being yourself, which it's crazy because while I was getting ready for it and Lisa, who co-hosted it with me, and I were talking about it, I started to realize how much I was apologizing when I really didn't need to be. And then even after the tapping circle last night, I caught myself doing it to my wife. I was apologizing for something. And I was like, what am I doing? I just led a tapping circle on this. So, it's a process. So yeah, but it's interesting how today's topic here of fear of being visible, it's kind of connected to also this idea of constantly apologizing. But let's just look at it today from this perspective. This is how I want to introduce it today. Is that a lot of times when you hear this idea of fears of being visible, especially if you're here because you're a transformation professional or you're a coach, you're a healing or helping professional, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business, or even maybe you do both. Maybe you're employed somewhere and you own your own business. Hey, Marcy from Arkansas. But whether it's one or the other or both, the fears of being visible aren't necessarily just those really common ways you think of, like afraid of being in front of a camera like this, right? Fear of showing up and leading a tapping circle, or fear of speaking in front of people, whether it's online, virtually, or it's in a room of people you're physically with. Those kinds of things that's really common when you think of fear of visibility. And that's definitely one of them. But what I kind of want to ask you today is this idea of, what about fears of being visible as your authentic self to others? You know what I mean? Like not just on camera or in front of the public, but like in your family or in your social circles, in your communities, in your more intimate relationships with your intimate partner. Are you having fears of being visible, being vulnerable, and showing up authentically as yourself? And that's what I'd like for us to kind of tune in. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You can focus on whatever resonates you. But I wanted to ask you that first. So just start thinking about that right now and ask yourself, are there places in your life where you are comfortable being yourself and just kind of speaking your mind, speaking your truth, and not feeling like you're going to be attacked or punished? But then there's other places in your life where maybe that is the case, where maybe you are staying small, you are not being seen, literally, like you're not being seen, or you're not allowing yourself to be seen because you're afraid of the consequences. You're afraid of being punished in some way, emotionally, mentally, financially, physically. Maybe you're afraid of criticism or judgment. There's a lot of things that we can be afraid of, and real or imagined, okay? Real or imagined, even if it's not really a threat, but still, who is the one that's afraid of these things in the present, right? Who's afraid of things? It's the inner child. Once again, it's that part of ourself afraid of being wrong. Oh yeah, Roman, that's a big one. Afraid of being wrong. So like Yes, because there's a consequence for being wrong. What is the consequence for being wrong? And if I show up and I just am authentically myself, I could be wrong and then there's a consequence. So, yeah, that's great. If you've got something already, my throat's a little scratchy today, so I might have to keep drinking this tea. If you've got something already in mind, just go ahead, get a little pad and a pen and have a place to write down. Write down what's coming up for you right now. I'll just hang on to it for a second because before we do any tapping, we're going to do some heart coherence. All right. I have to sit cross-legged in this chair. It's crazy. I'm sitting in this desk and I'm sitting cross-legged like I'm doing yoga in this chair. Okay. So put your hands on your heart center with me. Just get relaxed and comfy wherever you are. If you're driving or you cannot do this, just listen. Close your eyes if that feels good to you. Take some breaths with me now. In through the nose, out through the nose and mouth. And just imagine you're breathing into your heart center. And if you can imagine what your heart center looks like, I invite you to see beautiful light coming out of your heart center, just shining out really brightly. Maybe there's colors, there could be symbols, all sorts of things. You can see beautiful energy coming out of your heart center and just shining out to the ends of the universe. And I'm just going to ask you now to say the Heartshine Healing affirmation with me. You can just let these words come into your own energy field. As I shine the light of compassion from my heart, I am at one with the universe. May all beings know joy and ease. And just keep shining that light out and just set your intention for this tapping circle. What would you like to heal? What would you like to let go of? What would you like to have more of? It's okay to ask for what you want from the universe, from your source. And you are the master of your own energy. And you can direct that energy with your mind, through conscious mind. So tell your energy, what do you want? It's safe to have needs and wants. Let's take a couple more breaths here. We'll start to come back now. So just drop your hands in your lap. And if your eyes were closed, just come back slowly, blink them open softly. Don't come back to the screen quite yet, but just look around the room that you're in. Stretch your arms up if that feels good. Look up with your eyes. Take another breath. Exhale, let your arms float down. And you can come back to the screen now. All right. It's time to tap. Time to tap. Okay. Tapping on the side of the hand. And we're just going to do a round of release tapping, okay? Just to get the energy really moving. So you don't have to know what it is necessarily, but there's stuff you need to release. There's things you want, and there's stuff in the way, right? Yeah, so let's just release it. So let's do a little setup statement on the side of the hand, and then we'll do continuous tapping. So even though I may not know what I need to release in order to feel safer, being visible, being myself, being authentic, and speaking my truth, I'm willing to release it anyway, even though I may or may not know what I need to release in order to feel safe, being visible, being seen as myself. I hold myself in compassion for how hard this is for me. Even though I may or may not know what I need to release in order to feel safe, being visible in all areas of my life. I'm willing to consider letting it go anyway. All right, let's tap through. I release anything in my mind. I release anything in my heart. I release anything in my body. I release anything in my nervous system. I release anything in my past. I release anything in my present. I release anything in my future. Going under the arms now. I release anything anywhere in the universe that's blocking me from being visible, from being myself, and feeling safe. Let's do one more round of releasing. I release anything and everything that's standing in my way of being visible and feeling safe. I release anything and everything that blocks me from being seen for who I am. I release anything and everything that stops me from being visible in my life. I release anything and everything that stops me from feeling safe, being seen as myself. I release anything and everything that's blocking me from feeling safe, expressing myself authentically. I release anything and everything that could possibly be stopping me from being visible, being seen, being truthful. I release anything and everything that stops me from being myself in all areas of my life. I release anything and everything that gets in my way from feeling safe, being visible, and being me in all areas of my life. Okay, under the arms. This is our last statement here. I release anything and everything anywhere in the universe, known or unknown, that stops me from being visible and truly being myself. Let's take a breath together. Okay. So I'm interested to know when you were saying those statements, because they're great affirmations, right? Just saying them, saying these positive statements. Did you get any tail enders? You know, did you hear any voices say like, yeah, but right, like, sure, that's great. However, blah, 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 right? You know, those parts of self always have something to say about things. Right? So, and that's okay. Like, it's okay if you say an affirmation whether you're tapping or not tapping, and you hear a tail ender, that's an opportunity because that's a place where you can start with that resistance. You can start with that fear that's coming up. So if you want to type in the chat if you had any tail enders, um, not allowed to ask for self. Oh yeah, right. Like it's selfish. It's selfish to ask for things you want, right? We shouldn't ask for things for ourselves. We can ask for other people, right? We can want things for others, successes for others, or we can ask for other people, but not for ourselves. Yeah, that's a lot of people can relate to that, I'm sure. Mhm. And did anyone actually feel like, yeah, I can release whatever that's stopping me? I'll believe it when I see it. Yes. When I start taking consistent action. So that's a good tail ender. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, I think that's Wayne Dyer that said, you flip that statement because it's actually, I'll see it when I believe it. But we have a really strong paradigm in our culture, I think, is that, when I see the evidence of something, then I'll believe it. And that's really common. Um, but as you know, in personal development, we have a different paradigm, at least I know I do. I don't know if all of you do, that when you believe something and when you align up with the energy of that belief, then your external world starts reflecting it to you. So when you believe it, then you'll see it. And anyone that's practiced this knows it. So yeah. Oh, Richard said, the biblical statement of cast not your pearls before swine. Yeah. Being selective for where you share your wisdom with. Interesting. That is an interesting statement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not safe to be myself because people will be jealous of me when I'm my full authenticity. Oh, yeah. That's a big one, Laura. Yes. Okay. So that's a perfect place to start. If it's okay, Laura, I'm going to use yours because it's a really great one to start with. It's not safe because people will be jealous, right? I can't be visible because people will be jealous. What are some other ones that are coming up? Like, it's not safe to be visible because what are some other common? We're just going to start tapping because it's happening. We've got some stuff to tap on. So, all right, you can just start typing them in the chat if you've got any you want to add in. People will laugh at me. Oh my God, right? People will laugh at me. It's not safe to be visible because people will laugh at me, right? So go ahead and test. If you've got one, test it. If it's jealousy, people will be jealous of me or people will laugh at me. Test it for VOC. How true does it feel, 0 to 10, that's going to happen? That's the danger. And just get your number 0 to 10, set it aside. Okay, and let's just do a statement. Setup statement is, even though it's not safe to be visible because fill in the blank. People will laugh at me. People will be jealous. People will judge me. I'll be too much. Yeah, that, I might consider accepting myself anyway. Even though it's not safe to be visible because people will be jealous, they'll laugh, I'll be too much. I might consider this could be a story I'm telling myself. Even though it's not safe to be visible because people will attack me. I know they're going to. It's going to happen. They're going to be jealous. They're going to laugh. I'll be too much. I might consider loving myself anyway. All right, let's just tap through. Oh, okay, we're just going to talk about all the fears now. If I'm visible, if I step up and I'm seen and I'm authentically me, then people are going to be jealous. Yeah, people are going to be jealous. And then what will happen? If people are jealous, what could happen then? Just keep going with that. Or people will laugh at me. People are going to laugh at me if I'm visible. And then what will happen? And I want you to get to a feeling, because that's what we're looking for. It's like if people are jealous or they're laughing at you or they're going to attack you, then how will you feel? That's going to make me feel like sad, angry, vulnerable. Get to the feeling. It's not safe to be visible because I'll be too much. And then what? If I'm too much, then blank will happen. And then I'll feel blank. I'll make them uncomfortable, right? They'll be jealous. There'll be consequences. I'll be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be me. I'll feel vulnerable and possibly humiliated. Oh, there's no way I'm going to do it, right? There is no way you're going to make me do this. I am not going to be visible. Nope, not going to do it. No way. They'll be jealous. They'll laugh at me. They'll attack me. I'll be embarrassed and possibly humiliated. Why would I want to do that? Not doing it. So really tune into that resistance, okay? Just want you to really tune in that inner child that just throwing down on the floor in the middle of the grocery store, in the yogurt section, just screaming and kicking and crying. No way, you are not going to make me move from this position. Not doing it. Just tune into it. It's too scary. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to risk it. I've done it before and bad things happened. Or I've seen other people do it and look what happened to them. No way. Not me. But there's a cost. Keeping myself safe from all these things happening, that's what I'm doing. But there's a cost to doing it that way. There's a cost to keeping myself safe from all of this. And the cost is, what's your cost? What are you losing out on? What are the consequences? Is it costing you your confidence? Maybe. Your ability to share and make a difference in the world? To connect truly with other human beings? Not being heard? Yeah, that's costly. And when you're not heard, what happens then? Like, how does that make you feel? What is the consequence of not being heard? It's hard to find your tribe without being authentic. Yeah. Right? If you want to find your tribe so you can feel connected, so you can be supported, you can be around safe people who share your values. We don't have to be just like them, but they share your values and they support you. And then you might feel angry. The cost is feeling angry. And then what? You feel angry and it doesn't really change the other person that you're trying to hide from. It just gets stuck in your body and you're just stuck with this anger, right? That's costly. So I just want you to think about the cost now, okay? Think about the cost of it for yourself. I get angry. I don't get to connect. I'm not heard. I feel alone. That's costly. What else? What else is costing you? Maybe it's costing you money. Maybe it's income. Like if you were to show up more authentically as yourself and people saw you and heard you and they would connect with you, they might want to buy your products and services or work with you, but you're not showing up because you're too afraid and it's costing you financially maybe. What else? How else is it costing you? Just tune into it. If you're getting a feeling in your body too when you think about it, like, right? It's just a charge around it. Just tune into it. Let's just keep going. We're going to keep doing this continuous tapping. All right, here's a new statement. Even though I know this is costing me something, I don't know if I'm willing to give up this safety. Because the pain of staying safe might not be greater than the pain of what it's costing me. I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. Maybe it's getting a little safer. It's still costing me. What if, let's just explore what if the pain of what it's costing me was greater than the pain of whatever it is you're fearing, right? Of being laughed at. Let's just keep tapping. Or being attacked, or people being jealous. But what if the pain of what it's costing you is greater than that pain? Then what? Tune into that. What would it feel like? What would it feel like to start letting go of this need for safety? I have no idea what that would feel like. Costing me my self-respect. Oh my gosh, yeah. What is that? How is that affecting your life? What's the consequence in your life for not having self-respect? Right? You deserve to have self-respect. You deserve to be connected to others who share your values. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to have people around you that love and support you for who you are unconditionally. You deserve to share your authentic gifts and talents with the world. You deserve to be in relationships with people and to be vulnerable and to experience that depth of a meaningful relationship with others without fear of being humiliated, attacked, judged, laughed at. What if I just let it go? What would that be like? What if I just took one little step towards being more visible? I don't have to just jump all the way out there, do I? Think of like one little step you could take towards being more yourself, more authentic, more visible, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be big, but just think about it now and tune into it. And if you need to tune into your inner child here, this might be a good time. Because that's the part of you that doesn't feel safe, right? Tune into your inner child and let's just talk with them a little. Okay. Look here, little, whoever your little is. I'll use mine, little Nico. I know you're scared. I know why you're scared. I know what's happened to you. And you're completely justified in feeling scared to be visible. And it's not fair that this happened to you. It's not fair that you have to hide. And I'm not okay with that. That whatever happened to you. I'm not okay with that. And it should never have happened. They never should have treated you that way. and that wasn't fair, because you should feel safe being yourself. You're a gift to the world. You're perfect just the way you are, just the way you look and the way you talk and the way you act and the way you express yourself and the way you move. You're perfect just like that. You are a gift to me and the world. You are a gift just the way you are. And you should be seen. You should be seen. And I want to see you. I see you. And I love you unconditionally. And it's okay, because you're with me now. Come on. Let's go. It's better here in the present. It's much, much better than in the past. In the present, really, really good things are happening here. I want you to tell your inner child, what are the great things? Sell them on it. Why is it better in the present? I'm an adult. I have adult resources. I can protect you. I can protect you. I will protect you. I will make sure you're safe. I will keep us both safe. Yeah. All right, let's go to the side of the hand. How's your inner child feeling now? Let's just tune in. Did they believe you? Do they trust you? They might still be a little iffy on it. They might not be ready, and that's okay. And you can keep doing this dialogue with your inner child on your own by just tuning in whenever you start to feel stressed, you start to feel fearful, and just say, hey, it's okay. I got this. I know you're still scared. Keep dialoguing with your inner child every day. I do it every day, every day. Every day I do a dialogue with my inner child, even if it's just for a minute. So, okay, let's just tune back into your statement. So some people had some statements like people will be jealous, or people will attack me, or people will laugh at me. Does it still feel true? I'm going to stop tapping here for a moment. Does it still feel true, or how true does it feel? You can check your VOC level or your SUD level, whatever level you took, and see if there's been any shift. See if there's been any change or new awarenesses. And you're welcome to share in the chat. And hopefully you've gotten some shift now, some shift of energy, if not just a little bit. Even if like you've got a VOC on a statement, like that, okay, people will be jealous, but it comes down 1 point. That's a shift. Your inner child is feeling more accepted and loved, Laura. That is wonderful. It's so simple. I mean, it's so simple to just to say those words to yourself, that part of yourself. I mean, aren't we waiting for other people to say those words? Or haven't we been waiting our entire life for someone, whoever that is, for you to say those words to us? And it's never going to happen. You know, it's not going to happen. It's over. It's the past. And we're the only ones that can say it now. Okay? I can share more of myself with larger and larger groups of people, but my inner child still wants to be a bit selective of who and when. Yeah, that's totally valid. That's totally valid. You know, and a lot of times this negotiation does come up because inner child work is parts work. It is a part of self. And that is a very common thing in parts work that we do, whether it's with yourself or if you're helping clients, if you're a coach and you're helping clients, is that the different parts of yourself really need to negotiate and come to an agreement or be able to compromise. So like one part's like, look, no way, I want to be selective, and the other part's just not being discerning or something like that. And then if you can come to the middle and say, okay, look, you know, how about this? I promise that, you know, we'll be more selective if you let me, you know, if you let me go out there and be visible, right? There's always this like kind of negotiation going on. as in any relationship. And when you're able to get a compromise between parts of self and you're able to really get them to sort of line up, like, we actually have the same goal. Let's go in the same direction here. It's amazing how different it feels and how the resistance will lift. It may not go away altogether, but you'll feel the difference. You'll definitely feel the difference. Marcy's feeling stronger. 1 point down on the laugh and the attack. Yeah. 1 point down is awesome. Hey, 1 point down is better than points up or staying the same. Keep working on it. So here's the thing is that, these patterns are strong. They've been there for our whole life. And our neurology, our neural networks that support these patterns chemically and the way we feel, they're strong. So we have to work over and over to repattern them, and it takes time. The thought that comes to mind is, what are you waiting for? Interesting. So that's a very curious question. If you start hearing a voice or a part of you to saying something like that's curious, like, what are you waiting for? That's a great opening. So if you're hearing any sort of shifts into a more positive narrative, what are you waiting for, right? That's awesome. That's a good question to answer too. What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for blank. See if you can find out the answer. What are you waiting for, right? Let's do some sneaking away because we're kind of coming up on the end. All right. So whatever SUD you still have or VOC, let's just box it up. Whatever feelings are coming up in your body, even just a sensation in your body, let's box it up. So I want you to imagine, ask your inner child what they want to put it in. Okay, we're going to contain it now. So we're going to get it, the child's opinion. So have your inner child give you something to put this in. Okay, whatever that is, you're going to put it in. You're going to close it up, lock it up. See, my inner child's for some reason using a piggy bank. I don't know why. So I'm going to use a piggy bank. Okay. So even though a treasure chest, even though I still have some feelings around this, my inner child is not convinced. I still have fear. They're probably still going to laugh at me, and I might care less. I still care a little. I can put this away in my treasure chest, in my seashell, in my piggy bank, and save it for later because I've got plenty of time to work on this. Let's just tap through. And I can still enjoy my day, enjoy my life, go about my daily tasks, feeling at ease in my body and in my mind and in my heart. I can still receive what I need and want while I'm healing this. Yeah, I can still enjoy my life while I'm healing. I might not be ready to be visible yet. That's okay. I'm getting there 1 point at a time. I still love and accept myself. And this is a healing journey. And I'm an infinite being on an infinite journey. I love and accept myself just like this. I can still receive happiness, joy, contentment, peace, and gratitude. Put your hands on your heart center. I love and accept myself just like this. Okay. Let's do a little energy movement exercises, integration. Just integrate whatever you process. We're going to integrate the energy. Let's just do this. Take my glasses off. Clasp your hands together and rub them. Just get the chi going in your hands here. Rub them together and in the fingers too. And then Massage hearts into your face like this. Good. Just do a couple more. All right, and you're going to take your fingertips and massage from your scalp all the way to the back of your head. So just comb your fingers through your hair. I got my hair in a ponytail, so that's not working. All right. And then you're going to make cups with your hands, and you're just going to cup from the back, from the front to the back. Sorry. Just gently cupping. One more time. And then take one hand and massage the C7, that protrusion on the back of your neck at the top of your spine. Just massage it gently. Yep. And then we're just going to cup on the arms. So just from the shoulder down to the wrist, gently. Other side. Let's do the insides. I forgot that on this arm. Just move that energy. Go ahead and cup down the sides of your body, just on the torso. And then let's do right above the knees. You're just still cupping, and I can't see my knees, but I'm doing it on either side of each knee one at a time. And then the backs of the knees. Okay, and then open your fingers wide like this. Again, stretch up and look up with your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Float your arms down. Can you tell I used to teach yoga? Okay. All right. So everyone's got their little item. Putting it away now. Let your inner child go somewhere and play, somewhere safe. Just tuck them away. I had this one client that liked to unzip herself and put her inner child inside her body and zip it back up. I thought that was cute. But however, you want to make sure your inner child feels safe now. And wrapping up our dialogue with them and wrapping up our tapping circle today, I really hope that you got something out of today's tapping circle. And I hope you got a shift or an aha or something like that. And you're so welcome. It's so lovely to have you all here. I absolutely love, love, love leading group tapping. And so if you weren't here, I wouldn't be having any fun. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Heartshine family. I'll stay for a couple more minutes. See if you have any questions. Also, Roman's inner child is playing on the floor. I love it. Yes. Wonderful. Yes, just keep working with your inner child. It's such profound work. Thank you, Glad. Thank you so much. You enjoy your day. Inner children happy playing on the floor. Wonderful. I love that. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you next month. I don't have the topic yet, but I'll come up with a good one, hopefully. Something that you'll enjoy. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to sign off now, and we'll see you next time. All right. May you be at ease and know joy. Bye-bye.